He's going to go for a maximum attack, definitely. I think he will do well.
It's good to see him back.
He can do something good, I hope.
It's nice to see him again.
He's sharp.
And he's back, Colin McRae, back in this one-off drive for Skoda on Wales Rally GB. The former World Rally champion has been out of the sport since 2003, but brings a wealth of experience to the Czech team. With a career spanning 16 years and 25 World Rally wins under his belt, Skoda couldn't have picked a better man to inject a bit of lift. His spectacular style has always been dramatic, and although he's unlikely to be on the podium, he has tasted victory here in Wales 3 times before.
Nice day for it. Realistically, it's going to take time to get up to speed, and you know, if we can get in, I would love to get in the top 6, top 5, something like that.
Setting your standards quite high then?
Yeah, you have to.
So home support may well be focused on McRae, but it's this man that everyone has to beat. Sebastian Loeb's completely dominated this year's Drivers' Championship, and he has a chance of wrapping up the title here in Britain. But more of that later. Petter Solberg will be doing his best to spoil the party as he chases his 4th consecutive win in the UK, but it'll take a dramatic turn of events for anyone to stop Loeb from taking the 2005 crown. And this is why, with 8 victories so far, the Frenchman holds an impressive 32-point lead in the Drivers' Championship, and there are only 5 rounds left to go. The battle for the manufacturer's title is much closer, however. Peugeot fighting it out with sister company Citroën. Marcus Grönholm's a former winner here in Wales, and with Marco Martin also expected to go well, this could be a good weekend for Peugeot. Loeb can normally be relied upon to bring home the bacon for Citroën, but the pressure is very much on his teammate Francois Duval to claim the requisite points as well. There's just a tiny gap at the top of the manufacturer's table. Citroën 6 points ahead of Peugeot as they head into the Welsh forests. So it's round 12 of the World Rally Championship, and we're in Wales. Rally GB is based in the Welsh capital Cardiff, the service park 70 kilometres west in Swansea, the industrial heart of the nation. Cardiff was the setting for Thursday night's ceremonial start, with the crowds turning out in their numbers to cheer returning hero Colin McRae and his co-driver Nicky Grist. Yesterday's rain has been replaced by bright sunshine for the start of the rally proper, but the roads are still mostly damp. With 5 rounds still remaining, it's now just a matter of time before Sebastian Loeb claims his 2nd World Championship title. The Frenchman is first into the Welsh forests. He knows a good result here will go a long way to securing that crown. For Loeb to win it here in Wales, though, others will have to underperform dramatically. To begin with, Loeb needs to score 8 points more than Marcus Grönholm, and that's harder said than done. This is the rally that the Finn knows he can win on his favourite loose surfaces. Well, we're about to get an indication of how the 2 rivals are comparing so far. Loeb through the first split, a time of 8 minutes, 34.6 seconds after the 15 kilometres. And that'll be a good start from the championship leader. Meanwhile, Grönholm's Pirelli tyres should definitely be working well on the damp and slippery roads. It's when they start to dry out that he might be at a disadvantage. So the split time for Grönholm, 5.4 up on Loeb already.
6 left, open top long.
Petter Solberg too still has a chance of stopping Loeb, albeit slim. He needs to start by beating the Frenchman here. He's also going for a record-breaking 4th consecutive Rally GB win. The Norwegian through the midway split. He's quicker than Loeb too. Not as quick as Grönholm, but 2.7 seconds up on Citroen's number one.
Sometimes I was fast and sometimes I was hesitating a lot. So, okay, it's not so bad. We finish this stage and we'll see after.
Grönholm won this rally back in 2001, but it's not been as kind to him since. He's failed to finish for the past 3 years. Peugeot drivers hoping to end that disappointing run, however. It's been an impressive start so far. The end of the stage is approaching. He's looking good to beat Loeb's time. He's kept almost all that mid-stage advantage, nearly 5 seconds quicker. Grönholm takes an early lead.
I thought we were losing all the time. I was looking at split time, but in the wrong way. I thought we were in front. Okay. That's good then, isn't it? Okay, good.
Some confusion then for Grönholm. Solberg, meanwhile, still has to finish the stage, and has he been able to keep up that impressive early pace?
1 plus 20, cut 2 right minus, tightens 1 plus double, tightens.
Phil Mills making changes to the pace notes on the fly. The end of the stage now in sight. Well, he may struggle to beat Grönholm's time. He was down on the split.
Okay, well done.
5.4 slower than Grönholm. So not the perfect start. Back at the start of the stage, though, the moment thousands of rally fans are being waiting for, the return of Colin McRae. Right from his earliest days, the Scot has always been famous for his all-action driving style. For now, though, he'll be concentrating on getting back up to speed after nearly 2 years out of World Rally competition. But it's a cautious start for the Scot.
It wasn't flowing as it used to, but we got here, so at least we just have to get through these first two without any problems.
The arrival of McRae has left regular Skoda driver Armin Schwartz somewhat in the shadows. This is a rally that he won when it was a 2-litre only event. But that's bad news for Skoda, an early spin for the German. He finishes the stage way down in 21st place, nearly a minute and a half off the pace. Gigi Galli, in contrast, has never competed in Wales before, though he has done the recce. These Welsh forests, when they're damp, can be very tricky. That's an early mistake for the Italian. Fortunately, not damaging, except in terms of time lost. Wrong slotting in the forests doesn't always leave the car intact. By the end of the stage, Gigi has lost 43 seconds. But there's better news for Mitsubishi. #1 driver Harry Rovanperä revels in this sort of going, 4th fastest after stage 1. Marcus Grönholm, the early leader here in Wales, 4.6 ahead of Loeb. Solberg close behind, at least for the moment. Not the best start for Ford, though, with Gardemeister in 8th and Roman Cresta just outside the points, while Colin McRae will hope to improve on his current 15th. Next up in this chilly but sunny autumn morning, the 18.5 kilometres of Trusgoed. Marcus Grönholm leads the field. He's only got 1 victory to his name this season at his home event in Finland. With the Peugeot 307 working well after recent suspension modifications, he could add to that tally this weekend. Can hear all the chat in the cockpit. Something is very wrong. Grönholm not a happy man. In fact, he's lost his brakes. And on such a fast event, that is going to be extremely costly. If he makes it out, he will have lost a lot of time. With Grönholm hitting early problems, it gives the chasing duo a chance to claim the rally lead. Can Petter Solberg take advantage?
Tightens out long. Opens to 6 plus. We are 0 with Sebastian. 18. Short hairpin right. Opens to 6. Keep in the back.
Oh dear, spun it at the hairpin. They were even on time with Sebastian Loeb up to that stage. But that will cost him there a precious loss of concentration and of time.
30, line into 6 left minus with a crest long, tightens.
Well, it looks like everybody is playing into the hands of the reigning world champion. With both his rivals losing time, that should be the cue for Sébastien Loeb to reclaim his familiar position atop the leaderboard. But just to reinforce how slippery these conditions are, the world champion also makes a mistake. He gets his car fired up very quickly. These guys are pushing very hard indeed, and Loeb, of course, the lead. Teddy Gardemeister in the Fords raised his game after a somewhat sluggish start on stage 1. 6th fastest is good enough to see Ford's #1 driver move up 3 places from 8th to 5th. And it's a terrific performance too from Harry Rovanperä, the Finn's fastest on the stage, and closes slightly on Petter Solberg in 2nd place. For Loeb, though, it's business as usual.
It's been in the last stage, but seeing Solberg also, and so we're doing exactly the same time. But okay, it's very difficult. Conditions are very difficult. It's a lot of mud and a lot of grip changing, so it's not so easy to find a good rhythm.
For this fuel stop before the next stage, Grönholm is understandably frustrated.
Marcus, you've been struggling.
Oh, it's not me, but the car.
Of course. And what has been the problem?
We lost the brake before the second stage. The pedal was completely on the floor. I had only handbrake, so then we find out the problem. But the brake I have on the 3 wheels now.
So it might be all right for the next stage.
No, it's not all right. The pedal is very long.
All changed then on the leaderboard after a dramatic second stage. Grönholm has plummeted to 19th as Loeb takes over the lead. Mitsubishi will be delighted with Rovanperä's performance so far. He's in 3rd. Join us after the break to see if the Finn can keep up. Welcome back to Wales, and the longest stage of the day at nearly 28 kilometres is next up. It'll be a case of damage limitation for Marcus Grönholm. He's still only got brakes working on 3 of the 4 wheels, so he's still likely to lose some time through this stage. The Finn is forced to back off and only manages the 5th fastest time, although he does make up a couple of places and is now in 17th. With Grönholm struggling, teammate Marco Martin is currently Peugeot's only representative in the top 8. And don't forget, the team need to keep on picking up good points to close the gap on Citroën in the Manufacturers' Championship.
100 flat left.
Well, the Estonian moves up 2 places to 6th on stage 3, but critically, he's still behind both Citroëns. Colin McRae's fans are out in force.
Followed him for a long time. He used to follow his dad when he was Jimmy, when he was rallying.
Got to be the best driver going around in the world.
He is the best driver in the world without a doubt.
The Scot there has made a cautious start on his return to the WRC. The first 2 stages this morning were very slippery, and his careful approach has perhaps been entirely understandable. It's an easier rhythm here, though, and McRae is beginning to get to grips with it. Reunited with his former World Championship winning co-driver Nicky Grist, back in front of the cameras for a change. Impressive stuff from the former World Champion. 6 fastest through here, he moves up to 9th overall. François Duval responded well to the pressure surrounding the Citroën-Peugeot battle last time out in Germany, with a finally taken 2nd place after battling his teammate Sébastien Loeb for the lead. And his increased confidence is again clear to see here in Wales. He gains a place on this stage too. He's now up in 4th. Grönholm's woes have left Sébastien Loeb a step closer to retaining the world title, and with his first fastest time of the day, he extends his lead ahead of other rivals Solberg. So Loeb's advantage now just over 10 seconds, while Rovanperä still looks comfortable in 3rd, but it's now Duval and not the Aussie Atkinson behind him in 4th.
Well, Colin, so far it seems to be going very, very well.
Yeah, it's going really well. The first 2 were very, very difficult. Very inconsistent, real slippy stuff. the last one was better. It was starting to dry out a bit. Then you can get a good feel for the car and the grip level and what's happening. So it was good in the last one.
Marcus, not a good morning. What happened?
It was a good start, but then before the second one, I lost the brakes before the start already. Couldn't do anything, so we were driving with a handbrake the second stage. So that's it.
You need to really fight back to stop Sebastian Loeb winning the championship.
Yeah, but what can I do? If the car is like this, it's no chance.
You think Sebastian has the championship now?
Yeah. Yep.
On to the second run through the morning stages then, and with the surface so damp, the roads could easily be heavily rutted in places. These are probably the most difficult stages of the rally. The slippery surface combined with some very quick corners and the tree-laden runoff areas add up to a frightening combination. Marcus Grönholm's got no choice but to push like the devil after losing so much time earlier in the rally. It really must be maximum attack, and it's an impressive fight back. Second fastest on the stage, he jumps instantly from 17th to 9th. Colin McRae's competed his home event 16 times, and with Welsh co-driver Nicky Grist, their local knowledge could be invaluable this weekend. Let's take some time to enjoy the former world champs in action.
And 6 left, and 2 right. And left tightens to 3 minus. 30, 2 right plus. Into 4 left plus. Right and 6 left over crest tightens into right over crest tightens to slow 4. 30 left tightens to 3 plus into 3 right minus.
A voice known in the co-driver's seat to millions of PlayStation rally addicts across the globe, but it's a tough time for McRae. He drops to 12th on this stage.
Colin, that stage time isn't as encouraging as what you did in stage 3.
No, it's a real difficult stage, that one, and very, very still slippy in places and not easy, and just not getting the right feeling in the twisty stuff.
Tony Gardemeister, in contrast, is really settling into a rhythm. He's been a very consistent man since he joined Ford at the start of the year. Another good time here sees him take 6th place from Marco Martin. Ahead of him, though, and enjoying his best form for several rallies, is Subaru's Chris Atkinson. The Aussie's had a tough debut season, but at the moment he's matching the Ford man for pace.
Pitkä vasen eri kireä kirraa, kapea portti, oikee 200.
Well, this, of course, the kind of car that Colin McRae was so used to. Much of his success came at the wheel of a Subaru, and Atkinson seems to be digging himself out of a rut. Weather-wise, you wouldn't think Wales is that close to Australia, but clearly the conditions are really suiting the young Aussie. On stage 4, though, he really shines. He sets the 4th fastest time, and he closes to within 5.5 seconds of Francois Duval in 4th place. Will this be the rally that finally gives him back his confidence? Well, a 10-second penalty for being late out of service sees Loeb's lead halved, with Peter Solberg still his closest rival. Further back, Gardemeister and Martin have swapped places. As always, it's a well-supported event here in Wales as we move on to stage 5. It's taken Marco Martin a long time to adapt his driving style to suit the Peugeot 307, but the Estonian has stated that he now believes he could win a rally this year.
5 left. 70, 5 plus right, in, 23 plus left, don't cut close. 50, 6 minus left fast. 6 minus right.
Marco's showing little sign of that newfound confidence this morning, however. He's off the pace again. On stage 5, the Estonian drops down to 9th. And slightly better news for Peugeot is that Marcus Grönholm is continuing his impressive comeback from his early morning brake trouble.
Vasen nopea ahdas. Ja nyt vasen hidas. Ja vasen täys.
Never a man short on commitment, Marcus Grönholm, really laying down the law in these slippery conditions. Second fastest stage time of the day for him, moves him up from 9th to 6th. François Duval also doing a good job backing up Loeb in Citroën's bid to hold off Peugeot in the manufacturer's standings. Belgium may not be as comfortable on gravel as he is on tarmac. This has still been an impressive performance so far, as he remains in 4th on what is one of the toughest gravel rallies in the championship. His teammate, meanwhile, continues his serene drive as he seeks to claim his first ever win in Britain. He can't match Grönholm's time, but he's second fastest and extends his advantage ahead of Solberg nonetheless. That lead now nearly 15 seconds, while Grönholm's amazing charge sees him already back in the points and less than 8 seconds behind Chris Atkinson's 5th. The Flying Finns fighting back. Grönholm's exciting charge continues after the break. Just one more stage to go on this final first day of the Wales Rally GB. Colin McRae unable to repeat the 6th place finish he achieved on the first run through this stage though, and he ends the day down in 13th place. Marco Martins had a frustrating first day. He's had differential problems, but he is at least back into the point scoring positions in 8th. That won't be good enough for Peugeot though in their battle for the Manufacturers' Championship. Things need to get better.
6 left, switch back on lock, 80 crest, 150 crest left.
Especially so since François Duval is having another solid day for Citroën. The Belgian suffers from badly worn tyres though on stage 6. He drops a place to 5th. Moving in the opposite direction is Marcus Grönholm. It's been a hugely impressive charge through the field since his unlucky brake problems on the second stage this morning. The Finn was down in 19th after that, but with another stage win here, the Peugeot driver overnights in a comfortable 4th.
Stage is clear for Marcus.
Grönholm's charge will certainly have fellow Finn Harry Rovanperä looking nervously over his shoulder. Mitsubishi's number 1 broke his rear steering arm on the previous stage, but road section repairs allowed Harry to set the 4th fastest time on this test, and he hangs on to that 3rd place overnight. Petter Solberg will be relieved to get to the end of the day problem-free after so many reliability issues recently. The rally leaders still very much within Solberg's reach, and the Norwegian will certainly not have given up on a 4th consecutive Rally GB win.
6 left minus half long, keep in the crest, opens 50.
And it's a difficult end of the day for the current leader. Like his teammate Duval, he had selected tyres too soft for the conditions this afternoon, and they were very worn by the end of the day. He's nearly 5 seconds slower than Solberg because of the lost grip. His lead is now under 10 seconds. Well, Loeb will be ruining that 10-second time penalty. He still has a fight on his hands for this win, while the progress of Grönholm will be fascinating to watch tomorrow. Tony Gardemeister's dropped outside the points in 9th, just ahead of Mitsubishi's Gigi Galli, and McRae will start day 2 in a lowly 13th.
What would it mean to you to finish on the podium here? A long way to go still, you're going to say that, but it started very well.
Yes, and I try keep that my concentrating all the weekend, and we will see in Sunday if what is the position. But okay, now it's 3rd, and tomorrow is new day, and everybody fighting very hard. We will see.
It's 9.9 seconds now. Tomorrow, do you think you can get your foot down and pass him?
If I just do the right tire choice, and if it's more slippy than completely dry, I have a good chance, yeah.
Sebastian, how has day 1 been?
Very good. We are leading, so
it was a perfect day for us. Only 10 seconds off Peter, so it stays very close. It's a big battle. But okay, the feeling is good. Car is good. We'll see that tomorrow.
So it's been an interesting first day here in Wales. A hero from the past has returned, but it's the current world champion who leads the way for now. Join us tomorrow for the action from leg 2. And in the meanwhile, log on to the official website at WRC.com for all the latest news and results.